Hello, Capricorn, and welcome. If you're a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, welcome to Tree Cat Tarot. My name is Tree Cat, and I do pick cards and monthly zodiac reads for the upcoming month. I am a big believer in looking at your Sun, Moon, and Rising to get the best idea of what your own personal month is going to hold for you, as these are always general reads. And your particular composition is always going to be specific to you, right? So don't mind me while I shuffle a little bit, but if that all resonates to you, then we will go ahead and do your read momentarily. We do the oracle card. Well, for this read, we're going to do some oracle cards, and then we're going to pull the general tarot for your month of February, as well as 2 cards apiece for your love and relationships, career and finances, and health and spirituality. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe after the video, as well as going and looking around at your other signs as needed. If this is not quite enough for you, or you have a very specific question that didn't quite get answered, I do personal reads. My schedule for it is in the description of the video, and you can just click the link and schedule an appointment with me. They are quite cheap, as I know it's hard out here, but if not, I'm just happy to share energy with you. Let's give that one more shuffle. That didn't come out super nice. I'm feeling a lot of mental anxiety, not super anxious, but like the kind that is just sort of right under the surface. So maybe there is something very important going on in your career at this time, and it just is putting a lot on your mind. It could also be that you are taking on a new project, and it's one that when I say that, I feel good about it. I don't feel like it's something that I don't want to do. I feel like it would be something that you would get excited to do because it might further your career. It might be attached to something that you have a passion for. So it's a lot of nerves around something that is important to you, but you don't want anyone else to feel like they can't look up to you about it, so you're just keeping them very calm. So that is something I'm feeling right off the bat for February. We have the Gentleman, card number 28, and he's coming out in his Prince form. So that is either a wealthier masculine energy, a high status masculine energy, someone in a place of authority, or somebody in a higher vibration. I'm thinking very specifically of the story that this card comes from, which is the Bear Prince. It's a Spanish, you can, I'm not trying to like minimize it, like obviously go look it up or read it, what have you, but the synopsis for it reminds me of a Spanish version of Beauty and the Beast, but more from the Beast's perspective than from Beauty's, right? Because it has the same premise of he gets turned into a bear and he can't get turned out of a bear until someone learns to love him for who he is on the inside. So that very much reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, but from his perspective. For your scenario cards, we got I'm ready to start something new and scary, which is kind of what I was feeling earlier. Blank will give me a push to get going. We have reading a damn book. So maybe you need to learn to just like be in the tub with some wine and a good book. Read while it rains outside, because depending on where you are living, it's either raining or snowing. So reading while it's doing its thing outside, maybe with some hot cocoa, whiskey, and, a cigar or a pipe in front of the fireplace, whatever you do, Capricorn. Do it with a book. We also have I have so much shit to do, which is probably why I felt a slight repel at me telling you to read a damn book. I have so much shit to do. Blank will help me to get it done. Honoring my fucking fabulous body. I'm not sure exactly how that is related, unless what you do for a living is physical. Or maybe, oh, actually, I can think of what it could be. Maybe if you're noticing like a lot of joint pain, because Capricorn rules the joints and the bones. So if you're noticing a lot of joint pain, which could be common in wintertime, maybe some, maybe you have some issues with osteoarthritis. I hope you don't. But, you know, allowing yourself to like if you're hurting a lot, allowing yourself to take that 10 to 15 minute break. 10 to 15 minutes is not going to get you behind nearly as much as pushing yourself to go forward, forward, forward. And yet now you have to take an hour break because you overdid it. Okay, like it's better to take the small breaks that you need, to take the small rests that you need. Um, I was kind of thinking of digestive issues earlier too. So maybe, if you have a lot to get done and you know that like you need your energy, eating food that will actually energize you rather than make you sluggish. So like complex carbs, fiber, healthy sources of fat, things like that. Not simple carbs, not candy, drinking, coffee and tea rather than an energy drink, shit like that. Shit that is actually much more sustainable to your body. Because the other thing too is, an energy drink is a quick fix and it's super easy to become addicted to them to the degree that you need more in order to get the same amount of energy and feel like you can get just as much done. Coffee and tea can be, well, coffee more. I've never heard tea being addictive, but coffee can also be addictive, but it's not as strong of a. Because with coffee, what you get addicted to is the caffeine itself. With an energy drink, what you get addicted to is the caffeine and how hard it hits you and how fast it hits you. So, what you're getting addicted to is something a little bit more. You're getting addicted to the caffeine with coffee rather than caffeine and a high. So, also, energy drinks can sometimes wreak havoc on your digestive system. Um, Whereas coffee, it can, but most people know their limits with coffee. You know what I mean? Whereas, constantly drinking energy drinks over time are just so bad for you. On top of it, like all the sugar that's in so many of them. So, taking your rests, reading a book. The gentleman could be a boss, too, now that I'm looking at him. Oh, also number 28 could be important to you, or the 28th. Maybe it's a project you have to get done by the end of the month. We have Free Spirit, card number 13, Be Your Own Person. And it shows a bunch of wolves here. And it shows the earth and a path going through the earth. So I feel like that's kind of a note here to if doing something in a traditional way or in the way it's always been done doesn't feel right to you, don't do it. Allow yourself the freedom to be your own individual. I know with Capricorn, there is a lot of concern when it comes to reputation, what other people think of you, being recognized and respected for your achievements, and that's all good and fine. However, sometimes deeper recognition can come from taking a risk. Sometimes deeper recognition comes from doing something in a way that it's never been done. And I feel like I want to tell you not to expect it to be an utter success the first time. There's expected to be tweaks, there's expected to be things that work and other things that don't. Allow yourself the space to explore whatever it is that you authentically want, to explore whatever curiosities that you have bouncing around in your brain. I feel like just the way the gentleman is sitting here with the free spirit card next to it. So the gentleman is offering a cup towards the free spirit, and the free spirit is offering literally the world back over to the gentleman. So it could be like, only take this as if it resonates, but like maybe you have an authority figure who offers you an opportunity, and so their opportunity that they're offering you is this cup. But what you end up offering back, if you go your authentic way, if you do what it is that you want to do, allow yourself the freedom to explore your creativity and your innermost urges, what you're going to offer back to them is something much greater than what they had anticipated you were going to come up with. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot and see what else we have for you for the month of February. Woo! General February for Capricorn. So we have the King of Wands. We have the Page of Earth. And okay, so the Page of Earth is definitely a energy of new skills, trying something new. It's newness and ideas and messages in terms of your physical resources and what you can do with your own two hands, right? Creation. And then with the Seven of Air here, yeah, this is seeds. Well, this is going ahead and needing to, like I said earlier, maybe your first plan doesn't quite work out exactly how you wanted it to. Allow yourself, like, don't get discouraged just because something doesn't go right the first time, especially with the Seven of Air here. It's plans that need revision. The plan isn't bad. It just, you need to allow yourself the space and the time to try something, see it through, analyze and reflect on what didn't work, adjust. Allow yourself to go through the scientific process with whatever this project is. And you are guaranteed to get whatever it is in your head in your hands, from your imagination into reality. With the King of, yeah, like the King of Fire right here and the Page of Earth right next to him, like almost in the same positioning as the gentleman with the free spirit. It feels like someone who is the reason you're receiving this. And maybe it's not a work related thing, maybe it's school related, maybe it's a commission, which I guess would still be work related, or it's a favor you're doing for someone, or whatever. It's the idea of someone who is more established, someone who is more ambitious, coming to you, full faith in you, else they would not have come to you. And you're having to learn new things and you're having to learn new skills. But because the Page of Earth is in the uphand, it goes well. It goes in your favor. This is going to be a very studious month for you, whether you're actually still in school or not. You're learning a lot this month, and I feel excited for you. So let's go ahead. Wow, we're already getting ready to go into your 3 sections. I think you're going to have the shortest video. So let's go ahead and take a look at your love and relationships, Capricorn. Okay. Appetite by Nathan James is playing next to me. And you can assume what that song's about. Like, we're not talking about food. So maybe you're going to be in a more lustful energy this month rather than actually pursuing romantic interest, which that's fine. Everyone has needs, and if you don't have the time and space to actually pursue romantic interest, you are better off not doing so, right? And I think you know that, Capricorn. You're very pragmatic and you've always been much more ambitious and goal driven. You know what you do and do not have space for. So we have the Two of Fire in the reverse for love and relationships, and we have the Ten of Water also in the reverse. Yeah, you're not ready for a relationship right now, and you know that. And it has a lot to do with the Ten of Water in reverse here. It has a lot to do with your domestic situation, your home situation. Maybe you're between homes right now. Maybe you have a home that's getting renovated, so you don't have anywhere to really bring anybody. And I mean, for a casual situation, that's not a huge deal. But if you were trying to actually pursue someone romantically, you feel like you don't really have anything to show them because you don't have that stable house situation at the moment. You could also have a situation where you have your home in one city, but you work in another city. So when you're in that city, you stay there a lot, just so you don't have to go back and forth to home all the time and waste more gas. So yeah, you're not ready at the moment. You know you're not. And that's fine. You don't have to be ready in this moment for a romantic connection. So let's go ahead and take a look at your career and finances, even though I feel like we've really covered that. Okay, yeah, we have the Three of Air here. Interesting. Because I didn't feel any negative emotions up until this point. It could be that this project is very dear to you and you care a lot about it. So like every single thing that doesn't go right with it, maybe you feel kind of upset about. With the King of Earth in the reverse here, this I don't feel like you're going to fail in your endeavors because there's not a lot here that supports that. What I think it's going to be is this is going to be a learning process more than it's a something that offers you financial kickback right away. Because when we look back at these cards up here, there's a large difference between a goblet of water and the whole Earth's capacity for water. Huge ass difference, right? The project that you're working on, hopefully you have more than a month to work on it because it's probably going to reach I heard neophyte. It's probably going to reach a neophyte stage by the end of the month. I don't see you actually necessarily being done with it, so I hope it's not done by then. Or it could be that, like, it starts off as just a work project. You turn in your work, it's fine, but it's from that idea that you span a larger project later on. That's another possibility here. Um, but yeah, don't expect that this is going to bring you anything financially right away. The idea is just meant to be worked on, and you figure out exactly what your vision is and how to bring that into reality. I feel like that's what February is for more than anything else. I'm not sure that you're actually going to finish it though by the end of this month. So let's now look at your health and spirituality. Damn, we got right to the point with your reading, didn't we, Capricorn? Just the way you like it, huh? Um, we have the Dreamer. That's card 0, and that's Aquarius energy. That's the only major arcana that we've gotten so far. What else for health and spirituality? We have the Two of Water. So with the Two of Water here, the Two of Water coming out here in this place, it could be that maybe for some of you, rather than the Gentleman and the King of Fire being over here, maybe rather than this being a boss and the Free Spirit and the Page of Earth being you, it can be that, depending on your situation. But for some of you, it could be more that this over here is masculine energy that you need to step into in order to bring your dreams into reality. The need to create organization and structure for yourself, the need to get yourself into routine, discipline, everything like that. Whereas over here, you have the much more feminine energy, which is the energy of creation. Because we have the page of earth and we also have the free spirit over here, literally holding the world, you probably are bursting with so many ideas that at this point you can't hold them in anymore. You know you need to turn them into something more. That could very well be what's going on here. So it's not that someone else is challenging you to create a project, you're challenging yourself. And there's a huge learning process with that, right? Like there's especially when you have an idea for something that's never been done before, you don't see a lot of representation for. And that's not always a sign that it can't be done. That's not always a sign that's not feasible. It could simply be a sign that this is something for you to build upon. You are meant to be the one of the major um, people that make this a more mainstream concept, right? With the Two of Water here, it is a unity because it's in your health and spirituality. I would say it's a unity of your two internal energies, being able to take an idea and know how to make it real. Being able to rest just as hard as you work, a unity of those two energies within you, because that's ultimately how we become in charge of our life and how we live the life that makes us happiest, is by not ignoring our desires and our creativity, but also by providing ourselves the structure and discipline we need to make it real. With the dreamer here, that actually very largely, because it's the Fool, right? The dreamer is known as the Fool in the typical Rider Waite tarot. So yeah, this is very much the energy of I'm not exactly happy with where things are at right now in my life. Let me figure out how to change it. So the other thing too with Aquarius energy in the health and spirituality portion of the chart is Aquarius rules the calves. And what else does Aquarius rule? Aquarius rules the calves. And Ordinary Day by Vanessa Carlton is playing right now. So that song might actually be important. It's such a dreamy song too. It's a very like the way the music and the melody is, like I feel like I can get lost in it for a minute. Um, so maybe allowing yourself to get lost in music too is another way that you can rest. And also just like letting yourself lay there and not consciously try to have thoughts, like just get lost in something that's relaxing like music. That's a great way to have ideas. It's also a great way to address issues within your ideas that you haven't yet figured out. Like if you're just banging your head against the wall trying to get something figured out, letting yourself rest and relax, like just listening to music or going on a walk or doing something not related to the issue, is a great way of getting yourself to let your subconscious just do what it needs to do so it can help you solve the problem. Because the answer is always within us, right? But sometimes we have this chokehold on our consciousness and on our brain trying to get it to just say what it is. Well, you can't say anything if you're choking, now can you? Very morbid, I apologize. Hopefully that made one of you smile. But back to Aquarius really fast. So Aquarius rules the ankles, the calves, the shins, and the circulatory system. So that makes me think of cramps. So make sure you're drinking enough water, you're drinking enough milk because calcium helps with cramps, and getting potassium as well, and stretching your legs, physically stretching the damn things, going on walks and shit like that. So calves. Cramps might be something that you have to deal with at this time. Um, and with circulatory system, that just also makes me think of movement and water. Also, I did mention earlier about bones and joints and, going for a short 10 to 15-minute walk every single day. It's also, not only is it good for like getting your mind to relax so you can have more ideas, but it's also just good for your body. Like walking is the intentional walking is one of the single most best things that you can do for your body, right? So making sure you're making room for that. So, Capricorn, I know this jumped all over the place a little bit, but I think you actually have the shortest reading. Congratulations. Thank you for coming. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Even if you don't like the reading, comment any damn way. I have my schedule in the description for you to schedule any readings for this upcoming week. I update it every single Thursday, so if you don't see a time slot that works for you, just check back um, the next Thursday, and there might be a time slot that does work for you. So, thank you. Have a happy February, Capricorn. Be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye.